All right, it is Monday, July 20th, 2026. And I'm a little disappointed because I accidentally messed up recording today's meeting. So I'm going to give you the brief highlights, right? Because today we're talking about finishing. Today we talked about finishing what you started, right? And I don't know about you, but this last week, today, getting out of bed has been harder than usual. Every morning, the alarm goes off, and there's a little negotiation in my head. Hit snooze. I've earned a day off. I've been working hard. And maybe you've had that conversation too, right? The truth is, I'm tired. I could use a break. And honestly, I know one is coming, and I've got something to look forward to. And that helps. But today isn't that day. Today still requires showing up. Today requires making the calls, having the conversation, creating the content, exercising, following up, doing the things that don't always feel exciting. Because here's the thing I've realized there are seasons when motivation comes naturally, and there's seasons where you simply rely on it, right? The commitments you already made to yourself. And this week reminded me that finishing isn't usually about having more energy. It's about deciding what you started still matters. That's where I want to spend my time today. And that's what I want you to think about today. What have you started, right? Because a lot of us are carrying around things we started but never finished, not because we couldn't, but because life got busy or difficult or distracting. And every unfinished commitment quietly still builds a little bit of confidence. So let's talk about that, right? Every unfinished project has a cost. Sometimes it's money, sometimes it's opportunity, but often it's mental energy. It stays in the back of your mind, reminding you something is still incomplete. Imagine how much lighter you'd feel if you simply finish one thing that's been hanging over your head. So let's start there. Is there something in your life, an unfinished project that needs attention, that's draining you, right? Momentum rarely disappears overnight. It fades slowly. One missed workout, one prospecting session, one follow up. One day turns into a week before you even realize what's happened. And hey, here's the thing losing momentum slowly, it also builds slowly, right? It doesn't come all back at once. It comes back exactly the same way it disappeared, one action at a time. So think about where that happened for you. Where have you lost momentum and how can you rebuild it? What actions can you take in your life to help you build momentum and keep it moving? And here's the thing. Business goals aren't the only things that are important, right? Personal lives, goals that can change your life have nothing to do with commission or business. It could be your health, your marriage, your relationship. Maybe it's spending more intentional time with your children. Maybe it's finally reading that book you've carried around for 6 months. Or maybe it's simply becoming someone who follows through on promises you make to yourself. Because every time you keep a promise to yourself, you become the person you trust a little more. Is there a personal goal in your life that deserves completion? So it's going to be a short one today, right? I'm going to leave you with this final thought. The finish line is where confidence is built, not the starting line. Starting something feels exciting, right? People celebrate new ideas, new businesses, new goals, new habits, but your life isn't changing because of what you began, right? It's changing because of what you finish. Remember what I said at the beginning? I know a break is coming. I'm looking forward to it. And today isn't that day. Today is another opportunity to keep putting one foot in front of the other, not because I always feel like it. I don't, but because I know the future I'm working toward deserves today's effort. And that's true for you too. So don't let temporary fatigue convince you to permanently abandon something that still matters. You don't need to finish everything today. Just finish the next thing. Send the email, make the call, complete the workout, have the conversation. Cross one thing off the list that you've been carrying longer than you should. Because every time you finish what you start, you become the kind of person who believes they'll finish the next thing too. And over time, that is how extraordinary lives are built. Not through giant moments, but through thousands of small promises kept to yourself. I'm Tony Toich. Signing off for Motivated Monday. Good morning and good luck.